in life's sweet line. Sheriff Miller by his side. Lively Blue Red.
Love it. I love it. That's
good. Big Rapids Tire.
Oh, yeah.
Dots Bar and Grill. Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes. M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing. And by M&M Collision Center. There you go.
Right
Our
here
new
in Big
sponsors.
Rapids. Yeah, they're
Both
great
the
sponsors.
M&Ms.
You know, remember when we started the show?
Yeah.
Nobody sponsored us.
No.
We were down the bottom of the ratings, and nobody would, invest in us. And now that we've still in the bottom of the ratings,
right.
We've got investors because these guys are truly great Americans.
And we only have one listener, and that's you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You're
the
important out there.
listener.
Hey, Bob, we got a lot going on this morning. At 9:05, I'm going to call Scott Schenkel, the great coach up there to the Reed City Coyotes football team. And then 9:25, we'll have Mike Seltzer on. So we got to move on. But I just want to talk about one thing. I had a lady text me. She goes, Pat, you never talk about soccer. You got golf, hockey, football, basketball. We're moving right along. Upset win puts Big Rapids in the final. You know what that was in?
Soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Or football if you're in Europe.
Yeah, and the new basketball coach, we're excited for him. His chance is finally on the helm of the varsity coach. Blake Thomas also coaches the soccer team.
Wow.
And I texted Blake this morning, but he unfortunately has teaching obligations from 9 to 10, so he couldn't step out and couldn't talk to him. But I just want to read a little bit. Big Rapids boys soccer team had another dramatic defensive effort on Monday in the Central State Activity Association boys soccer tournament semifinal round. As a result, a 2-0 win over Kent City. The Cardinals are one win away from the CSA tournament championship. Big Rapids improved to 6-11-2, while Kent City fell to 10-5-2. Big Rapids had tied the Eagles 0-0 during the regular season. KC went on to win 2 wins regular season title. But now the Cardinals are up there, and I'll just move right along. He said that Kent City is a very good team, but we were able to get one in the first 20 minutes, which kind of set the tone. That's what Blake Thomas said, the coach. Then Rise had a missile from over 30 yards away that went over the keeper's head and found its way in the back of the net. We defended like crazy. We were completely happy with the 2-0 result. We were able to achieve that. The guys are progressing really well. I'm so proud of their effort. Just to talk about a couple of guys. Christian Walsh did a great job for him. Jake Strokeridge does a great job for him. Jimmy Franstead, he's a sophomore into high school. He did a great job. Jack Malley was found his niche there. Mason Richards, we could talk on. Let's see who else was in here. Rise Kilpatrick, of course. But anyway, Blake's pretty proud of his team right now. And, it's just like a horse race. Doesn't matter where you're at the half. It's what the last home stretch and at the wire. So we wish the soccer team a great, great championship year, hopefully.
Anyway, thank John Raffle for that coverage. Pioneer.
Yeah, John Raffle. I just kind of
credit
skimmed through it. He did a better job than I did talking about it. But, I just want to wish my good friend Bruce Borkovich getting a little bit better. He's been sick. I think he works too much. I think he really does. He's got to slow down. Well, he's got his grandkids going there.
Yeah, that's a full-time job.
And his job out to the township there. And, you're going to get sick. This stuff's going around again, isn't it?
It is.
But anyway, I kind of want to welcome a couple of our new sponsors. First of all, I'd love to thank Big Rapids Tire. Andrew down there does a great job of taking care of your tire needs or minor repairs, stuff like that. He's got Bridgestone, Firestone, Mastercraft tires. Does a great job. And then Zot's, great food service down there with Doug and Roxanne and Kim and Jake and all my good friends down there. Love them all dearly. We just celebrated George Geib's 50th down there. I don't know if he'll have another one this weekend or not, but we've been doing it every weekend. It's been George Geib's birthday. Mine's on Thursday, now George's on Then I'd like to thank Alec Gary for sponsoring us here at Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home south of town there. There's trees there that old George Daggett planted.
Okay.
By his own hands in 1956 right there. So, he's a great guy, and he's doing Barrington and Big Rapids. And then you got M&M Lawn Care. They're new to us.
Right.
Matt Matheson, he great guy. Very, very, very great guy.
Good.
I mean, that guy gives back to the community more ways than anybody that I know of financially has done. I mean, he doesn't go bragging about it, but he's very, very fortunate to have a very good business. Takes care of his customers, and more importantly, he takes care of a lot of underprivileged children. Now, this new one is M&M Collision. Now, not new to the area, though, 30 years in the making. Devin and Matt over there and Trish, they're in the front office there. They do a great job. Devin's very successful up in Cadillac with body shop up there. Moved down here, bought Mike out along with Matt. And Matt and him and Trish are doing a great job down there. You know, one thing they got going for them is they're really good people. Once you meet them, they're friends for life. I really enjoy talking to Devin. He's a very good parent, very good husband. He's getting to be a great community member down here. And Matt also, he's just a terrific guy too. And more importantly, they got Justin Johnson back there in the body shop. He's been there since he was in high school. You know, for you parents out there that are listening, and your young adult's a senior thinking about going to college, which is great. It's not for everybody, but it is for a lot of people. And Justin went from high school, sweeping floors over there in high school, to their head body man today. He learned his profession right there at M&M Collision from Mike and Mike. And I can remember when he started, and that makes me old because it's been, 20-some years. Justin Johnson, he's very particular. If you don't know him, if you see a white Chevrolet pickup, it could be 30 years old, but it looks brand new. That's Justin Johnson. He's very particular on his job, and he's very, very professional and loves his work. Let's call Scott Schenkel from Reed City. Got his number?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning.
No, not yet.
I know. I'm just getting ready. Good morning. Repeat. Good morning. I'm hyped up. You play that American song, man. That gets me built right up. You know, I love America.
I know you do.
Yeah. It's in the right direction.
Just tell him he's on the air.
Hey,
hello.
Scott, good morning, Coach Scott. How do you like me call? What do you want me to call you, Scott or Coach?
Whatever, either's fine.
All right. Well, I love you. You're a great coach up there in Reed City. Reed City loves you. You know, we'll just let you take the conversation where you want it to go. You played Big Rapids last week. It was kind of tough loss, but you guys played hard. We love Reed City down here in Big Rapids. We wish you well, except when you play the Cardinals. But you can talk about that and what's coming up this Friday.
Yeah, it was a tough loss. Credit to Coach Salser and Cardinals. They're a very solid team. Played really well against us, and we know we didn't execute the way we wanted to, but our kids did play very hard and kept fighting. We just made a few too many mistakes on execution and didn't translate to a win. So, but hats off to them, and they're a really good team and a solid program. So.
That's pretty nice that you said that, Scott. You didn't make any excuses. You just said, that's the football. That's the game of football, isn't it? It's just that it's not who shows up so much. It's just those little things that make a big difference, and that's what happened. I was there and watched it, and, you got to be proud of Big Rapids. Playing in Big Rapids is pretty tough to do with that great group of people over there behind the team there, and they are stacked, aren't they? I mean, you guys are stacked too. You're going to go on and play who Friday night?
We have Tri-County coming here, so we still have another test. Tri-County's well coached and have some weapons all over the place, and it'll be another game that we have to come out and execute and play well. And we kind of have to regroup a little bit from last week and learn from our mistakes and move forward, because that's the only thing you can do. And one game closer to getting to the end of the season, and
right.
I keep telling my kids it's every game at this point is a playoff game. So
right.
You got to take that approach and put your best performance together week in and week out.
Any injuries?
No, nothing.
Good.
Nothing significant. We're banged up. It's going into week 6, so
Yeah.
typical football bumps and bruises. So.
Do you have a lot of numbers up there? I guess maybe we talked about this before, because you are a smaller school. How many kids are on your team there, Scott?
Varsity-wise, we're right around 24 to 26.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's down a little bit from last year. So now that's not counting my fifth quarter kids. JV-wise, we're right around 22. I think we're like just under 50 total in the program, but we'd like to have a few more numbers, but the kids we got are out there playing and working hard every day, and they're a tough group of kids. So couldn't be prouder of the kids that are there every day showing up. And the game of football is a lot of adversity, so you have to deal with it.
Yeah. How about Tri-County? Then where do you go?
Then we have Newaygo.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Hopkins, and then we finish with Standish Sterling.
Oh, boy, them two are going to be tough, too, aren't they? Hopkins?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're always gearing up our schedule as much as we can in ways to prepare us for the playoffs. As long that's kind of the mindset is
right.
We want our kids to compete and take on good, solid teams and programs, and that way when we get to week 10, hopefully we're well prepared.
Do you normally play Hopkins? Because that's down by Kalamazoo. That's quite a drive, isn't it?
No, this is just the first year we've done it. We did sign a 2-year with them, but their league, we got informed, is adding 2 of their 8-man teams back into 11-man. So this is the only year we're going to end up playing them.
No,
they're gonna have like I think it sounds like a 9-team conference, maybe.
Wow.
So they're going to have eight conference games and 1 non-conference. So this is the one that
I'm smiling. I'm smiling because you guys don't lay down. You guys fight like heck every game you guys do. I don't care what the score is. You guys play hard. I commend you for that. But Hopkins, that's a pretty good sized school down there. I mean, it's
they're Division 5, so they're a little bit bigger, probably about, I'd say anywhere from 50 to 100 kids more than us. They're not.
Oh, okay.
They're not a ton bigger, but they're a little bit bigger than us. So.
And what's their record?
I believe they're 3-3 right now. I think they won their first 3 games, and I think they've lost their last 3. But I haven't really been.
Yeah.
I know they lost their first 2. I don't know how they did last week, but I thought someone told me they might have lost. So
yeah.
I'm a week-to-week guy, Pat.
I know you are, and it's unfair to say this. I know. I apologize. But I'm going to ask you one more thing now. Standish Sterling, that's a pretty tough program too, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. They're well coached, solid program with a lot of rich history. Last year we ended up playing them in the district final and coming out on top. So we do know a little bit about them, more than what we would have. So it should be another week 9 contest, like type playoff atmosphere. So we try to get that week 9 game to be one that's pretty tough in ways. Like I think we played Whitehall years ago, and then we had Cadillac for week 9 for a few games, and then we had Beale City last year. So our week 9 teams are usually like a playoff team.
Okay. So what class are you guys in again? 6?
Yeah, we're 6. We're Division 6.
What's Big Rapids, if you know? I don't even know.
They're Division 4.
Okay. So, and how many divisions, just so folks know, how many is there?
There's 8 divisions in 11-man football, and I believe there's 2 divisions in 8-man football. So there's like 10 divisions total, I believe.
Okay, yeah. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is. I mean, that's the thing you try to tell the kids is there's only one guarantee that you're going to be able to put on the helmet for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's not like any other sport where you can just say, hey, let's go get helmets, shoulder pads, and go play a game of football.
Yeah, right.
You can't just pick it up and go. So you get one shot at it basically, and you're where you're at with it. So I try to tell them that these are the memories you're going to remember the most.
Well, I was up to your complex Saturday. The Cardinals played the Coyotes up there, and quite a few games. I think it was all day. Williams, Mike Williams, does he announce those games too?
Who's that? No, that's not John.
John. Yeah, John Williams. I'm not Mike.
Yeah. No, John just does the varsity games, I believe.
Boy, this guy emulates him.
JV.
He sounds just like him.
Yeah, I want to say it's a Hickman, but I'm not 100% sure. Rick Hickman, maybe, but I'm not 100% sure.
Does a real nice job. Real nice job. I was pretty impressed. Yeah. But I could have swore it was John. I'm thinking, my gosh, John does everything, But it was okay. Well, we clarified that.
Yeah, we love John. So I mean, what he does is great. So
yeah, he does. that being said, Bill Shibley, you know Bill, right? From down here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
State Farm agent, used to be up in Reed City. But anyway, retired now, and now he's coaching his grandson, which is, I think, in 8th grade. I'm pretty sure. So they have a 7th and 8th grade team. It's a pretty good team. I don't think it was defeated so far this year until they came up against a really good Reed City team. He said last week, I think they got beat 14-12. You familiar with that group of kids?
Yep, that's my son's grade level. So our 7th and 8th grade kids are all together, and we have 56 7th and 8th graders playing. So we have 2 teams, just like Big Rapids does.
Yeah.
And I think we have 32 8th graders and 24 7th graders. So those numbers excite me a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I think we played both. One team has played both. I think the one team beat both of our teams, and then the one that you're talking about on Tuesday last week won 14-12. So, it'll be a fun group between those two, just because right now they're, both those teams have been separated for most of their career in Rocket football. They've never played together, so putting all your kids together on one team is going to be a big difference.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? I'm looking forward to that. Not that I want to be 76 years old real quick, but it's going to be fun. I'm just so happy for both sides. I think Big Rapids has got a lot of pride, so did Reed City, and when you match them up like that, anybody could win the game. It's just, like you said, the mistakes. If you make a few mistakes, you're going to get beat. But, yeah. Well, that's cool. Any outstanding plays that you want to talk about? What happened Friday night? Any special guys came up and played a little bit harder than the rest, or no?
Matt Vanderhoof the last couple of weeks has been playing really solid for us up on the D line. He's quick off the ball. He's getting it where he's reading stuff and super aggressive. So he's been kind of a big component for us the last 2 weeks. Our seniors, just step up quite a bit, and all of our kids play hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we have kids that go down, and we have kids that step in, and we try to practice that way to not miss a beat with anything. So, our kids are all doing great right now, and it's hard for me to just single one out.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
Much,
That's good, professional of you. I don't have a problem with that. But are you senior heavy this year, or you got younger kids in there?
Yeah, we're about 14 seniors total on the program, and I think our offensive line right now is young. I think we have about 3 or 4 of them are juniors, and then we have one running back that's only a sophomore. So I mean, I would say we're close to maybe half and half. Like defensively, we'll lose our whole secondary and our linebackers, so there's 6 kids, maybe a lineman or 2. So I mean, we're pretty senior heavy in ways too.
Okay, all right. Well, I thank you very much. I know we've taken some great time years leadership up there at Coyote Country. Well, hopefully, God willing, we'll be back next Tuesday. I'd love to be able to call you if that's possible.
No. Anytime, man. This time works out pretty good for me. It's in between classes and short and sweet, and that's kind of how I like it. So. Okay.
Well, great. I think that's it, Bob.
Yep.
Scott, thanks a lot, Coach, from the Reed City Coyotes. God loves you up there, and so do we.
I appreciate it, Pat, and you have a great day.
You too. You have a great week. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
We'll take a little break here, Bobby, and I want to thank Big Rapids Tires, Zots Bar and Grill, and who else but Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home. Hope I don't see them for a long, long time. And then M&M Lawn Care, Matt and that company up there, not only lawn care, but when the snow comes, they do snow plowing. They do a great job there. If you ever go out to, I think it's Menards, they do Menards out there, and a fabulous job out there. Then M&M Collision, Matt and Devin and Justin and Trish and that group over there on East Maple Street, right across the street from the building.
Good deal.
and right next to Sawmill Bar.
Okay.
And that's been a staple for you. Well, we don't want to bring that up. Scott's or Zotz won't like me on that.
Well, you know.
But M&M Car Care. Let's go for commercial
All right,
break.
we'll be right back on Curry's Hot Stove League.
M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing has been in business for over 30 years, gaining the trust of Big Rapids and the surrounding communities. M&M Lawn Care can handle all your lawn care needs, as well as tree jobs and including removal. Call for a free quote. 796-4956. They're fully insured. Call M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, proud local sponsor of Farmer's Tales with John Zimmerman.
Come say cheers in Zotz Bar and Grill. Downtown Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people. So come on down where everybody knows your name. Zotz Bar and Grill, the People's Choice Best Soup winner. The burgers are where it's at. Originally opened in 1933 with seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Zotz Bar and Grill is a proud sponsor of the Signature Player of the Week for the Hot Stove Sports League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Brian Miller at 1039. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come and see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
Hooked at Curries.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
All right, we are back.
We're back, Bob. All
Yeah,
right,
we
we're
are.
going to get a hold of Mike Seltzer,
All right,
the
call him
coach
now.
of the Cardinals. They're 5-0, I think, or is it 6-0? We're going to find out real quick here. You're going to give him a call here. It's 9:25. We're right on time. We called. We just got done talking to the.
Oh, by the way, we got
coach of Reed
thank you.
City.
You came in early this morning, which is wow,
Yeah.
that's nice. All right, so
And you played the nice song for me too. God bless America, wasn't it?
yep,
Yeah. But who was that? Who sang?
that was Connie Francis.
Yeah. Is she a local girl?
No. She's
Oh,
a big-
talk about singer-songwriters, man. We had great performance by Natalie Rimby yesterday at Fair State Eisler Center. Paul Quant, a good friend of hers. She's the one that sang, she's the one that wrote the tune for Little River Band there, and she's quite an accomplished songwriter, man. She's written, I think, 30 songs for Miranda Lambert down in Texas. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Coach Seltzer. How are you this morning? Welcome to 103 WBZX right here
on
with
the
Bob
air.
and Pat. Brian's not with us this week, but next week he'll be
Okay.
back. So anyway, you're 5-0 or 6-0?
I'm 5-0 right now.
Were you expecting that at this point in time?
Well, with our, playing some tough teams, you always hope for it, but and that's kind of, the expectation is to put your best product out there, and kind of where the chips fall, they fall. So I think we've been playing pretty good football right now. Obviously it was a big win for us on Friday against a tough Reed City team with 3 solid running backs and a good offensive line. So we're pretty fortunate and happy to be where we are.
Yeah, that was a good test for you. The score really didn't reflect the athleticism that was on that field. We had some great athletes along with Reed City athletes. It was just you guys just really good team, and Reed City is too. And like I say, the score really didn't reflect how athletic both teams are. And I just got done talking to Coach Scott up there at Reed City, and I thought his interview went really well. I think he was very professional about the loss, and he was still upbeat on the rest of the season. Unfortunately, he couldn't say, yeah, we kicked their butts, but he handled it real well, the defeat, very professional. And you are very professional, too, and that's why I like interviewing you guys. That being said, you're 5-0. Again, I mean, how many teams are 5-0 right now? Do you even know?
I have no idea. Probably, I would say, there's, 260-some teams in Michigan that are playing 11-man football right now. So I'd say there's probably about 30 teams left that are 5-0 right now. That's just a guess. I have no knowledge of it.
Yeah. Now, being that said, you're 5-0. You're coming in against who this Friday night?
We play Chip Hills this week.
Oh yeah. Do you think that teams playing teams that are 5-0 are psyched out and already beat, or do you think teams are psyched up to beat the 5-0?
I think it really depends on the individual program, right? If you have had success and you're playing somebody who's 5-0, that's a great opportunity to put your stamp on things. And like one of the things that I know Schenkel does, the same thing we do, is you take each opponent 1 week at a time and you break them down and you weigh your strengths versus their strengths and your weaknesses versus their weaknesses. And I don't know a coach who's ever gone into a game thinking they're going to get their butt kicked. So they work on and prep and put the best game plan forward, and you always go in thinking you're going to win. And I think that teams definitely, I know that when Reed City had their long run of winning conference championships, that, they got everybody's best game. And I know the last 3 or 4 years that we've received best games from everybody we've played because we've been on top. It's kind of that hunter-huntee mentality. And so our guys got to be prepared for everybody's best game.
Yep. So, like going into Chippewa, I don't. What's their record? I'm embarrassed. I should.
They're 3-2 right now, and they've they had a win last week against Grant, and so they've been playing much better football this year.
Yeah, that's good because I can just see like Big Rapids going in there. Are they playing? They're playing in Chippewa Hills too, aren't we?
Correct.
So like I just wonder if they already expect to lose to you guys. I mean, you guys are really playing some tough football right now. That, again, the reflection on that score against Reed City, you guys, I mean, you just exploded, and you got an explosive offense. You got an explosive defense. You guys cover really well. I watched it. I couldn't believe how you guys are like a real well-oiled machine. Now I'm going to ask you, what would it take to beat you? And you don't have to answer that, but I hope you never get beat. But how does Chippewa Hills prepare for a team like Big Rapids, where you don't only have one Jack Bowman, you got a Max Bowman, you got a Brandt on your team, you got a Mossel on your team, you got so many good oiled little guys out there. They all know, the Lazinski boy. How do you compete against a team like that? Now I know that's kind of an off-the-wall question, Coach, but I know your answer is going to be, Pat, you don't ask questions like that.
Well, I can tell you how we would approach it, is similar to playing Coopersville for us last year. Mm-hmm. Is, they were the favored team, and they're a a high executing team, and so all you can do is focus on the things that you control, and that's being the discipline part. That's focusing on, taking the correct step, following your keys, hand-eye discipline, understanding the situation. Don't worry about the outcome. Focus on each individual play and let the outcome take care of itself. So a lot of times, and that's something that we work on a lot with our guys is follow the process and the outcome will be positive. But if you're thinking about the end of the game before the game even starts, you're setting yourself up for failure. So, on that opening kickoff, we're going to focus on that opening kickoff. On that first drive, we're going to focus on each play during that drive. And when you get that mindset of effort and attitude versus outcome, the outcome is good. And if you give that 100% on each of those plays and you do what you're supposed to do, good things happen. Do you always win like that? Not always, but you can always be proud of what you put out there. It's only 8 teams in the entire state are going to end their season on a win, and those guys are going to be the state champions at the end of the year. So, the odds are almost every team is going to face a loss. And, you're going to play some pretty tough competition as you move forward. So focus on the details, focus on the things that you can control, and good things happen.
How about, are you playing pawpaw next year? I know we're jumping ahead of you. I'm just, and I'll follow up with a question. Is pawpaw on your schedule next year?
Yes, pawpaw's on our week 1 again. Yep.
The reason I ask that is because now you guys are setting yourselves up pretty good as being the best around here. So you try to play higher class teams like your Division 4. So once in a while you get is Pawpaw Division 3?
Pawpaw is a Division 4. Fruitport, who was our Week 2 this past year, they're a Division 3, and Coopersville, who's our Week 8, are also a Division 3.
Okay, so you guys try to play those teams because that benefits you in the playoffs, right? Getting in the playoffs.
Yeah, when we set up our schedule, it's what makes us better. We pick some tough teams up front, kind of like Izzo does early in the basketball season to show you where your weaknesses are, to show you what you got to solidify. So playing those good teams up front really helps you. And then, we schedule a big team like Coopersville Week 8 to get us prepared and in that playoff mindset. So we'll lose Fruitport and Coopersville. Their conferences realign, and so we'll be looking for 2 new schools next year for a 2-year contract for weeks 2 and 8.
See, that's what my question is. They don't really want to play you anymore because they're in Division 3, and that hurts when they get beat by a Division 4 school. So
that's one of the problems, or I shouldn't say a problem, but it's one of the issues that schools are facing when they went to the new playoff system is, it doesn't benefit schools to play many smaller schools on their schedule because when it's totally based off of your playoff points, a Division 4 school is worth, I think, 40 points, and a Division 5 school is worth 35 points. A Division 6 school is worth 30 points with a victory. So, the difference between playing a Division 4 and a Division 6 school is 10 points. And so if you have 2 schools like that, you're giving up 20 points. Now, schools face, conference schedules, so you can't control what's in your conference as far as school size. And so you have to play with that schedule a little bit to help balance those points. Because a couple of years ago, Will Strickler's senior year, we were 8-1, and we weren't even a 1 seed. And at a 7-2 record, you're probably not going to get a home game in the playoffs. So all those factors go into all the decision coaches make as far as trying to set up the schedule and finding some good, solid competition that is comparable is what you're really looking for.
Used to be the 131 championship trophy would be between Cadillac and Big Rapids. We haven't played Cadillac in a long time. Is there any future into that, or we just stay away from that?
No, it would be something that would be a possibility. But again, when you're locked into your conference schedules, and then you lock into usually a 2-year contract with a school. So we have another year with Paw Paw, at least one more year with Paw Paw week 1. It depends on what Cadillac has open. And, again, they're a bigger school, so does it benefit them to play a Division IV school? Right. So there's a lot of things that go into that. Big Rapids and Morley used to have a trophy game, but
right.
It doesn't benefit either school to play each other anymore.
Right. Yeah. Right. Boy, I just smile because when you lose, you don't smile so much, but I always smile when I talk to you and Scott because you guys are both winners and you got great programs and stuff. But that being said, let's go back up a little bit. The Reed City game, how did you prepare for that? And the final score was
40-14.
Yeah. That doesn't really, it does reflect the game. It reflects the game because you guys had some really big plays, didn't you?
Yeah, we hit a couple of big passes. Our first score, Kurt Wilbur took a jet read off to the right-hand side for 8 yards, and then we had our second score. Cole ran it in from a 1 yard out, but it was some long runs that got us into that position. And, right before half, kind of like the big play, I think, of the game was Trent Mussel caught that 53-yard touchdown pass along our sideline, under 2 minutes left in the half. And that was, a big play for us. And so, I think you said it earlier, we're fortunate enough that we have a lot of guys that can touch the ball and be explosive with it. Wyatt Skiera had a couple of nice runs for us that kind of kept that defense focused on the outside, and in the second half we were able to get that inside run game going, and Jack had that long drive where we kind of fed him on our inside run game, and he kind of marched us right down the field and ended up capping it off with a score on the visitor side of the end zone.
Yeah, that was a hell of a run, wasn't it? And then, Did you feel obligated to give it to him again? Because he got you there. And do you ever feel obligated as a coach, saying, "Hey, let's give it back to him because he got us down here. Let him have the glory." Because a big run is a glorified run, but it's not 6 points. And you go into the end zone, it does so much for these kids. When they get a touchdown, it's like Christmas all over again, right?
Right, but who doesn't want to score touchdowns, right? We got dudes all over the field, and so when we have 11 run plays in our playbook, and 9 of them all have 3 options on them, and so on that particular play, we number one, we call what we think is the best play given each scenario. And then within that play, there are 3 possibilities of 3 different ball carriers getting it, or at least 2 on 7 of them, right?
Right.
And so and Jack got that ball after his long drives because that was the correct read.
Right. Okay.
So and so we don't call plays for specific players. Mm-hmm. We went with an additional run play to Jack because the way the defense was lining up, and that play called for Jack to finish it off. But there's been many times where Jack has had some long runs in his 3-year or 4-year career for us where we got down by the end zone and the correct read was to give it to Foster because of the way the defense lined up, or for Cole to keep it and run it in himself. So, we understand that the players want to finish off drives, and receivers get long catches and get us down inside the 10, and it's not the right call down in there because the field shrunk and the DBs don't have to cover as much ground.
Let's just recap quarter to quarter. We haven't done this yet on the show. Before the game, you're out there. Everybody's got butterflies on both sides, I'm sure. You can say all you want to that. We're rated to win this game. We're the favorite to win the game, but it's still a game. And I've seen Reed City come as underdogs and beat us, like wow, how did that happen? It did. So prior to the game, you're sitting there going, wow, I hope. When that first quarter, let's just go through the first quarter. What happened? Did you score? Tell us about the whole thing.
Scored. Yep, we scored with about 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. We had some nice runs, and that first drive we were pretty fortunate. We converted on third down twice. Trent had a couple of nice catches for us, and really kind of put that defensive back in a bind. He was, worried about getting beat deep, and so we kind of took the shorter passes under and converted some third downs. And then, like I said, Kurt ran in from the right side, and that was all the scoring in the first quarter. So we were up 6-0 after the first quarter, and both defenses were playing well. The great thing about playing Reed City is you're going to get a solid game. You're going to play against a well-coached team, and as much rivalry is between the towns. When talking with the kids that, out there, you saw their kids cramped up quite a bit, and our kids were helping them stretch out their calf cramps, There was a lot of mutual respect between the players out there.
Second quarter,
we get a stop just as the second quarter starts, and so we get the ball back, and Cole Heights, it was a couple of jack runs and a couple of good mixed inside-out runs, and then Cole capped it off with that. We ran, I think it was, we call it a power read right, and the defense flew to the outside, so Cole kept it to the inside and ran in for a 1-yard touchdown. And then we went for two, and Kaylin Harsh caught that fade ball on the home side of the end zone. And so we were up 14-0. And then we got a good stop on defense and put together, we scored 2 minutes later with Kurt Wilbur running along the right side for a 14-yard touchdown again.
Boy, you do have a lot of bullets, don't you? How about defensively? Any interceptions in the first half? I know they run a lot, but
we had one interception. Seth Perdue, they ran like a little running back waggle, and Seth, who was our corner, he read it pretty well and jumped in front of it. And we had a good pass rush on at that time as well, so quarterback was under distress and threw it, and Seth was able to get an interception, and that set up that score at the 8-minute mark for Kurt. And then right before half, Cole connected with Muscle on that 53-yard touchdown pass, and that was like with 1:56 left in the half. So, and then John Elbin, we went for two on that one as well, and we were incomplete on the pass.
Wow. You do have some, don't they, Bob? They got a lot of talent there. The Muscles, they come from the Byron Center area, and I know their dad real well. I think I was the first guy he met here in Big Rapids. I know the whole family, but we were very grateful, such a good Christian family to come in addition to Big Rapids. But I knew those kids would be good athletes. Dad, like I say, he got good height, and I was teasing him the other day. I said, just think you'd be small player down there in Coopersville or Zeeland or Byron Center, wherever.
Yeah, John, attended Grand Rapids South Christian.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
and Trent is a pretty prototypical, what would be a pretty prototypical athlete for South Christian. That strong,
I know it.
Lanky, tall kid.
Yeah, I know it. So we were very thankful when I saw those kids come up here. I thought, boy, they're going to be a great addition because Big Rapids normally doesn't have that kind of height. And he's a muscled-up kid, too. Enough said about him. So you go into halftime, you're up by what?
We're up 26-0 at half.
So what do you tell your boys at halftime?
One of the things we are really stressing is speed and execution. And so, that when we do a typical halftime, we talk as coaches beforehand about what adjustments need to be made, and then the defensive coaches go in first and they make their defensive adjustments and any kind of changes that need to be made and what to expect in the second half, and then the offensive coaches will follow up with the same thing. Here's what we like, here's what we got to change, here's some corrections we got to make. And then after that, it's a refocus and a resetting of that mentality. And like I said, we preach trying to go 100 miles an hour,
right.
and utilizing our speed. Not only our speed at the skill position, but we have some pretty athletic linemen as well. And so getting those guys, dialed back into what we're looking to do as far as execution. And, I think that's one of the strengths that we have is, you don't see that slow, big, overweight guy. We have some pretty athletic guys, guys that are wrestlers and hockey players and track athletes that are on our offensive line. And that's a key to our success is how well the Dirty Birds, they're called, how well the Dirty Birds perform each week.
Yeah, I recognize maturity on your football team. They just don't let it down. A lot of teams going at halftime, you're up 26-0. You're sitting there going, okay, blah, 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 blah. We got this game won for sure. But a lot of teams go out at halftime and get beat 28-26 too. It's happened. You've seen it.
Yep.
Your team's not like that. You guys came right back out and started back up where you left off. That says a lot about your personalities individually from each kid, like the Bowman kid, both sides, Max and Jack, both, man, they're intensified that whole game. I see on your line, your line just keeps on pushing out, your offensive line keeps pushing them back, they didn't let up. Where Reed City, on the other hand, they play with a lot of pride up there. I love those guys. They never let nothing down. I think, if anything, they were really mad when they came back out this second half like a bee's nest coming out of there, and they just couldn't get it done. My hat's off to you guys, both teams, but Big Rapids right now, you guys are really impressive. It's going to be interesting to see what we do because you guys don't take it lightly, do you, any game?
No, you can't take any game light. You can't afford to stumble, and you only get better by focusing and working on those individual skills and crafts, and so for the next few weeks, we have changed our practices up a little bit. Right now is where teams kind of get into that mid-season, late-season grind, and our focus now is to be where our feet are. Let's not start looking towards basketball season or hockey season or wrestling season. There's a lot of season left to play. And staying focused. So, this week we're looking at getting our legs back and really working on the mental side of the game. And so we're changing things up a little bit as far as what we're doing with our bodies and, really stressing the mental side of things more, working through situations, even some of those situations that don't come up very often. So, what happens when we are, third down and long inside our own 5-yard line? How are we going to handle this so we get enough room to punt without having to take a safety? How do we flip a field on somebody quickly? And really working on some of those finer details of a game that don't always come up, but can make a difference between winning a district championship and losing a district championship.
Over the past, I'm going to say 10 years. How long have you been here, Coach?
This is my 11th season.
Yeah, I was going to say 10. All right. So over the last 10 years, I've noticed one strength that you always come out with, and I want to know what you contribute this to. Your backfield. You've always had great quarterbacks. When you lose a Venix or lose a Strickler, you think, wow, how are you going to replace that guy? I mean, holy shoot, he's good. You lose a Foster out of that backfield, you think, wow, how are we going to replace that? Every year, somebody there at Big Rapids Cardinals football coaches, somebody's there seeing this talent, unbelievable talent, and getting that talent to overachieve as far as I'm concerned. I mean, who would ever thought, I can't remember the kid's name back, was it Foster? Not Foster, no. 8 years ago or so, he's a father now. I think he went up north and played back up there for Northern Tech. Maybe you can remember his name, but he was a heck of a good back. You've had great backs in Cardinal history the last 10 years. What do you contribute that to? You guys' knowledge of athleticism? Where do you get these
I would
guys?
love to take credit, but it's a good gene pool.
Yeah.
We have one of the big things about Big Rapids, and it was something that I noticed when I moved here, is we're fortunate that we have speed and athleticism, because we don't have a ton of size.
No, you don't.
Compared to schools our size, we don't have those big 6'4" linemen,
right.
those 6'6", like a stray kid from Paw Paw, or the Coopersville has 5 of those linemen that are all 270 and 6'2", 6'4". We don't have that, but we have overall athleticism.
Yeah, you
and
do.
So,
as
far as the quarterback play, our quarterbacks coach does a great job of working in the off season with them.
Who is that?
And Coach Rangel, he's our principal at Brookside.
Okay.
And so he works with the quarterbacks in the off season, and Coach Dubo and myself run a winter speed workouts, and so really working on those skills year round for these guys helps. And the fact that we have so many multi-sport athletes, those guys are always, basketball players are great skill kids. Hockey kids are great skill kids because they're constantly moving, constantly changing direction, and working on their hips and their athleticism. So, we've been fortunate to have a good mix of those guys, and speed is our strength. So scheme-wise, we try to take advantage of that.
Let me highlight the Brookside principal for a moment. His name again, and where did he come from? How long has he been here? Did he play college ball? Where did he play high school? Do you know any of that at all?
Yep. Coach Rangel he's our quarterbacks coach, and he's really kind of elevated our passing game. And so this is his. He started last year with the district, and came as an administrator from Everett. He was on Coach Craven's staff at Everett, so we're fortunate to have Coach Craven and Coach Rangel came, and their brother, or Ken's brother Gus Rangel, came, and he's our receivers coach. So we added to our staff last year, and last year was a little bit of a learning curve for us to kind of mend the concepts that they had and were really good at, and that made us better to what we were already doing. And so Ken is the Brookside principal. He's been a offensive coordinator for Everett for several years up there, and then when he got hired here, he came on staff with us and has done an outstanding job.
Wow, that's good. Everett got a pretty good football team. I should know that. I apologize.
They're kind of middle of the pack last year and this year. Coach Craven, who's our O-line coach now, he had a good run up there. I think it was like 17 years.
Yeah, they're good people.
And he turned their program around. So we're fortunate to have really good coaches. And, as a head coach, I'm so fortunate to have the staff that I have.
You are. I know it.
We've had good guys with us for, 10 years. Nate Fricke's been with me since I got here. Dave McCall's been here with me. Bob Maynard, those guys have all been with me since I got here. And then we've added to the staff, and we brought in some good guys. Coach Pedigo, was our line coach, and then with his basketball job, he's been working with that, and so he's our booth guy now, and our tight ends coach, and Dave McCall, and we brought on Philip Wilbur this year to work with our middle linebackers, and so my role as a coach has been ever evolving, and now a lot of times it's to help coach the coaches and let them do what they do really good.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job on the radio too. Someday you're going to have your own radio show.
Well, I've been told I have a face for radio. So
you have a face for radio, yeah.
Maybe.
No, I'm very happy for you, Mike, because I tell you, there's no greater gift that God has given us is a victory, and you share it with all of them, and that says a lot about your character. I don't know what else to ask except that we really appreciate you. The pride is there. The audience is getting out there. Just that new football field. was nothing but spectacular to have. Now I see that we just need some better parking. Once we get that in there, it will be a completed mission for Big Rapids. I mean, that field, can you just imagine? We used to always say, well, we're playing on Ferris's field. That's good enough. That's nice. But you know what? As I get older, money isn't the most important thing in life. The greatest thing in life is relationship with others, and you're bringing a lot of people together on them stands up there, a lot of parents that never knew other parents, and meeting them and long-lasting relationships. And, I look back at the history of the last 10 years. Big Rapids has really done really well in football. I mean, we're just very proud to say we're from Cardinal Country, that's for sure. Well, it's a couple minutes to 10, and I really appreciate your time. It's been almost 35 minutes. We could talk to you probably all morning.
All morning long. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, you're a great guy. I really appreciate you taking the time out and sharing your wins and your beliefs and your just your relationship with the community out here on Radio Land. So we're very fortunate.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity, Pat. You guys have a wonderful day.
Yeah, I'll be gone next week, but hopefully Brian will be calling you, maybe an Adam, and you guys can talk. I can't remember what I got going next week, but I don't think I'll be here. But I'm going to miss you guys. I'll see you the following week for sure. But,
sounds great. Thank you.
If it's okay, they'll be calling you. God bless you, Mike. Good luck Friday night. You bet.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
appreciate it.
All right, Bob, that's about it. That concludes two great coaches. We're so fortunate to have those guys. I feel kind of bad. We got to get a hold of the Chippewa Hills coach one of these days, too. He's having a great year down there, maybe Morty Stanwood.
You know Everett on because we cover their games. So,
but we're going to have to go to a 2-hour program. That Mike and I get on here in my
I know,
Lord.
yeah, you guys go.
And Scott,
nice to have a coach that's so eloquent, because a lot of times you get a coach like, yep, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah, if I can just keep my mouth shut, let him ramble.
Well, there you go.
He's got some great information. I think people are really enjoying the show, and if you are, we'd really appreciate your feedback. And if you'd like to see something different, like me not being on here, we'll have that. We'll take that in consideration too. But at my age, I just try to have fun.
Well, you know how they can help? Go to our sponsors and say, I heard Curries Hot Stove League on B1039. That's all you got to do. That's the way the cycle works.
Yeah, we're getting that too. Just recently, somebody said that they heard their ad on, and that's why they were there. So that was kind of nice.
Good
yeah. And then Zot's hear it all the time.
Yep.
They always say, Pat says he comes in here. Where's he at?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
I've been on there. Thursday is beef barley day. So one of the people on the staff love the beef barley. So that,
we should
that is
talk.
our Zot's day.
Yeah, we should talk about that sometime because every day they have a special soup.
Yep, they do.
Chicken noodle.
Well, I love the chili. So, I mean,
beef barley. Yep. Chili every day.
Yep, every day.
And then, a lot of people.
Beef and vegetables.
Like last night, we went to Natalie Remy up there to Paul Quant had her up there to Ferris. I was kind of disappointed there wasn't more people there from the community.
Let me just say WBZX Big Rapids, 10 o'clock.
And she's just a great songwriter and singer. I just loved it. My wife was really impressed too. She loved it. Joe and Mary Bayshaw were there. And Big Rapids, you missed out because I know it wasn't advertised very well, and we should have got the word out a little bit better because, she's from Nashville. I mean, she wrote Pontoon. She's wrote a lot of 30 songs for Miranda Lambert. Mm-hmm. I mean, #1 song, she's done it. Just a great person, a great Christian. She talked about her life. Was really a great storyteller. She's a comedian, somewhat, but beautiful voice. She sang for us. So maybe the next time I'd like to see her come back this summer. I talked to her after a little bit. She said she would.
Okay.
Come back this summer.
Fair, maybe.
And I'd like to see her at the fair.
Yep.
And Paul and I, we're going to try to get that happening. So if we get that, folks, you got to come out and listen because it's just beautiful music and no big rap songs, just good old country.
Pontoon. I mean,
Yeah.
Alone worth the price of admission.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I gave her a Curries hat, and she brought it up on stage prior to the start of the show and put it on there. And she goes, "That's what I like about little small towns."
Yep.
She goes, "I love small towns." She goes, "I go into a gas station, heard about this hat club, and I want to belong to that hat club." So I gave her a hat.
There you go.
So I mean, just little things like that,
All right. Well, why don't we bring it in for a landing here?
Yeah. Well, let's play Lee Greenwood.
Well, I got to get another round
Bobby, you
of
always got
sponsors.
That's your favorite word, got it. God bless you, America.
I have station commitments.
I know you do. God bless you. I want to thank Dom and Jen for letting us on at 103.9 WBZX. God bless you folks out there, and God bless America. Stay strong.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Brian Miller at 103.9. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come and see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing has been in business for over 30 years, gaining the trust of Big Rapids and the surrounding communities. M&M Lawn Care can handle all your lawn care needs, as well as tree jobs and including removal. Call for a free quote, 796-4956. They're fully insured. Call M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, proud local sponsor of Farmer's Tales with John Zimmerman.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town. Come say cheers at Zott's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zott's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zott's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.